So last where we left off, the party finally returned from the Feywild, only to discover that it is now wintertime in the material plane. Um, sorry. So upon returning to the material plane, you guys made your way back to Professor Beers to give him your report, sort of, and to hand over the 5 pages of the missing play, knowing that you're 5 steps closer to Galliford's goal, to this entity known as the Director. You guys had several downtime, but on your way there, Aurora and Sonia had a shared vision where they were in a ruined city, right, and appeared next to a broken down cart, next to a well. Doing some investigation, the tool they discovered it was more like a tinkerer's cart. Aurora was able to deduce by recognizing similar tools that Mason carried on his person, and Sonia recognized the banner that was on it as that of the Hunter Slayers Guild. Shortly after this, they discovered they were being spied upon by a mysterious creature peeking its head out of the well, only to awaken. Sonia, you somehow were able to bring that banner back with you from your dream, and Aurora, you quickly got on your mount and made your way to the fortress. There, you guys had downtime. Caradwin, you are catching up on all your finals, the tests. You don't need to catch up on homework, but you do have to take the final test. Sonia and Koslin, you kind of made yourselves at home a bit. Koslin took a tower up in the fort where he's a little more secluded, but he has a bird's eye view of the forts if anything happened. Sonia, you took up a spare room, and Aurora, you made a room there as well, and making it in Nyx's old bedroom.
Yes, I took Nix's old room.
You guys made a small grave for Nyx. Also discovering that the bears have grown up and such, and Stig, a old friend, has made his way to your fort all the way from Edox, saying you owe him payback for getting him banished from the city, and is your goblin buddy of the Taco Goblin. Galliford, you were Carolyn was initially approached while she was busy by by Imzeth, talking about her reward. She kind of Carolyn, you shushed her out as you were wanting to get this paperwork done that you were hoping Professor Bierce would get you out of, but unfortunately he was unable to. So Galliford, you were approached by Innsmouth, and she asked for the flute of dragon summoning, which you handed over to her, and she also requested the lantern and crystal, the magical crystal that you guys possess as well, in order to combat an evil that she warned you about the in the kingdom of Hermon, an ancient black dragon. She wishes to summon him away from Hermon in order for you guys to eventually go back without that danger looming over your shoulders. And from there, we will pick up. So it's still a bit downtime. So
Yeah, I think I told her we would discuss with everyone at dinner time. So if she accepts that, I would like to resume the training with the men and the duel that Gallenfer was going to do with Stig and Aurora.
Yes, that's right. You guys were Stig, Aurora, Gallenford, and I can't remember. Sonia and Coslin were down there as well. You guys were in the training pits, having spars and whatnot. So yeah, so you can pick it up from there.
So, before we're interrupted, who wants to do the first duel to show these guys how it's done?
Well, since I know no fear, friend of mine, I will accept and show how at least a paladin carries themselves into battle.
How should we do these rules?
My fellow, I don't want to call them monks because we're all kind of paladins. But my sisters and I, when we spar, to first person to essentially tap out or surrender. Sometimes that is when they're unconscious. And other times they surrender before they're unconscious.
You can do touches, first blood, or knockout.
I think me and Stig did first blood last time.
We did touches. First blood I describe as basically whoever gets somebody down to half health, and knockout is if they reach 0.
Right. I kind of like the fight till first bloody. That said, I don't know if it is a test of just our swordsmanship, or if it is a test of all of our combined abilities that we have learned so far. That could be unfair for some, and might not be a good representation of what our guardsmen would be able to do.
I would say swordsmanship would be.
Yeah, if I call the power of Zul to assist me in the fight, none of you could withstand my force, except perhaps you, Gallenford. I've seen what you can do. If
Gallenford was kind of grinning.
You're still, yeah. As I see one eyebrow raise, I'm like, except for that one. And then of course there's Stig. Never mind. I rescind my comment. Zul would be challenged to protect me in a fight with my fellow meddlers.
So touches would be basic handling of weapons. First blood would be a demonstration of physical power. And I would assume that knockout would be the full ensemble of our abilities. Going all out, if you would say.
Or if you want to test skills, we could set up an alchemy board that's
I think first blood is good.
I think to introduce our recruits, I believe that would be sufficient.
So, who wants to go first?
Well, I would go first, but I would request that I could have a shield for this duel.
You can borrow mine.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah, Aurora, this is a +1 dwarven shield, so it gives you +3 to AC.
That's perfect. I test the weight of the shield, and I do admit I am not accustomed to wielding my sword with just one hand, so I may not be as effective as you have seen me be before, but I should be able to defend myself against some of your quicker strikes.
Oh, I was just about to ask who you wish to be your selected opponent, but I'm guessing you're choosing me.
Indeed, I think that you and I could put on a good show.
Gaunfer raises his sword kind of in front of his face in an on-guard motion and swivels his shield to his side.
May your sword chip and shatter. Sorry, that's a Dune reference. I couldn't help it.
Great movie.
And I will. I wish you the best. And I have a shield now, which if it's a +1 shield gives me a 21 armor class. And then I have a long sword that I'm wielding one-handed instead of two-handed. I will resist the urge to cast my channel divinity on my sword and make it magical. Well, it is magical, but make it extra magical. Make it divine. I won't make it divine.
And I will resist the urge to hum any tunes into the blade or utilize this blade's features.
Please don't light me on fire.
But for this duel, I will wield Harvest Wind instead of Mistral.
Have I seen you utilize this weapon before?
This is the same weapon that you have seen this weapon before. This is the same weapon his brother used against you guys.
Oh. Well, I never actually got to see it used because Gallenford took him down before he had a chance to use it. And yeah, I'm definitely not going to beat your initiative with my +0.
Oh, because we didn't click our tokens.
Well, we don't have. We don't have a
I'm
map.
actually pulling up a map for you right now. I'm adjusting the page.
Ah, so you have a battle arena for us? Is this our fort?
This is a map. Well.
Oh, this is the basement of the fort?
For now, yeah. So I would say your arena is right here.
Okay.
For now, so you guys can.
Why does... Okay, I'm gonna let you do it, because it's still pulling out my token named with the funky name that you gave me before I changed it.
Okay.
Which is so strange, because it doesn't say that anywhere on my character. Roll20 refuses to give up that name. And Gallenford is invisible. On my screen, I see the name and the health bar, but no image.
Yeah, clearly he's still concentrating on greater invisibility.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm invisible.
Okay, hold on. Hold on. I forgot. This goes on the map later. Oh, that's fine. Does your character have dark vision?
Who? Me?
Aurora, yes.
I will double check, but I believe I do because I'm an Azamar.
Yeah.
You should have like regular dark vision.
I do. 60 feet of dark vision.
It doesn't come into play, but I'm just saving it for the token, so I can save the token.
Yes.
Where did your token go?
I deleted it because it had the wrong name. I said you could pull it out.
Okay.
It might pull out with my actual name if the DM does it. I don't know.
Now where are you? Okay, there you are. Okay. Hold on.
Nope, it still says Ohusk
I
Garage.
was in the process of editing all that out, and then your token disappeared. So now I got to redo all that.
I'm gonna make a notation on my character sheet that my alternate, like maybe my Azamar name is Ohusk Jabraj,
You can do.
and my Earthling name is Aurora.
That's your name in Celestial.
That's how you say Aurora in Celestial.
Well, it may not be Aurora in Celestial, but that's your name in Celestial.
I like it. I'm gonna notate that.
Now you
I'm gonna
gotta
go to
figure
my-
out what it means.
I'm gonna go to my bio page.
Okay.
I will come up with a name or a meaning for it. My name in Celestial is Ohusk. Jabroj.
The Silver-clad Huntress.
Okay, so that should be fixed now. So can everybody see the map?
Yes.
Okay.
I want to use Stig as cover. Just kidding.
So for now, this is your basement. Let me pull up the initiative. Oh, wrong one.
I think we should start precisely 30 feet away from each other. So it takes a move action for one of us to get to the other.
Okay, is the space
What say
big
you,
enough for
friend
that?
Gallenford?
Oh, I am definitely happy with that.
So I will move here and then
10 paces.
Yeah. So you should be there. Perfect. That way, whoever wins initiative can get to the other one if they want to, but it takes a move. Now I will add. Well,
Battle music.
I'm gonna roll initiative again, and then
All right. So yeah, you
just
guys
change it to a 6.
You guys square up. Imagine there's also people there watching and whatnot. And then you go for it. You bow and whatnot, getting ready to spar, and then I guess fight.
Let them fight. I knew you'd be quick on the draw.
Yeah, you just see Gallenford dash with amazing speed towards you.
Before we get too far, Sonia, did you want to spar with Stig during this match?
Yeah, we can do that when their bar's over. Let me switch over there.
I thought it would have been fascinating if it was doubles.
Oh, you fight at the same time?
We could do like tag team. Anyway, maybe that's the next match. For now, I will tell you that an 18 does not hit me.
Yeah, as Gallenford realizes you are quick on the draw to block that, he goes in for his second swing.
I put that shield up fast and deflect your second attack with the same new shield.
But then you notice before you can react, because of mobile, Gallenford just starts flipping backwards away from you. And as I do that, I just stop and I kind of motion you forward with my sword.
I take 10 feet. I step 10 feet forward and ready in action to strike you when you come up adjacent to me. If you want to move out of my range of running, I'm not going to double move to get to you and not attack you. So I step forward 10 feet and I have my sword at the ready for when you dash forward at me again.
Gallenford kind of laughs and he's like, nicely planned. And he will charge for you again.
All right, so when you become adjacent to me, I will swing at you and see if I can connect. Longsword, one-handed, not two-handed, without my divine power. Oh my god, I crit failed.
You're not used to carrying a shield.
I am definitely not used to carrying a shield. And
You
you
don't
see,
have this one swing, do you?
if you make me use a readied action, then yes, you're gonna nerf me to only one attack per round.
Oh, I did do that. Sorry.
Yeah.
This is what got Stig when he and Gallenford were doing touches. Because Galliford could do
So-
2 attacks where Stig could only do 1.
Is there a barrier to this ring? Like, or does Galliford have the ability to move, like, all the way up here?
I would say the ring ends at this right here.
Okay, so if I can push him out, then he loses.
I would assume that there's it's like a 30-foot like circle, and that's the sparring zone.
Perfect. And then we have probably watchers in the all around anyway, so.
Yeah, imagine.
Why don't you move to the big circle arena then? That's 30 feet radius.
It's fine.
This
Let
works.
Galliford beat up on Aurora. It's cool. He's a good swordsman.
Yeah, there's like some bleachers right here.
What are your rules for crit fails there, Chris?
It's nothing. I don't do your home where the turn ends. It's just a crit fail.
Okay. Your first attack will hit me for 13 points of damage. Ouch! Your new blade stings, friend.
Indeed, I'm trying to adjust to this enhanced speed as I spin around you.
Stig will immediately turn around. He goes, "You guys aren't going to start with real blades."
Oh.
I like it. All right, it looks like you have left yourself within my range, friend. I shall now bring the fight to you, hopefully better than I did last time. I only have to move 15 feet this time, which I can do, trying to trap him in the corner. And I get my 2 attacks. For a 27?
Ooh, good hit.
And that will do the 13 slashing. That's my max damage. It does not do the bonus 6 radiant because... Oh, wait! Yes, it does, because I am level 11. I always do a d8 extra to every attack now, and it becomes slashing and radiant. I can't turn that off. That is... where is it? This power.
Well, you're not trying to kill him, so.
Correct, but it does still do 19 points of damage.
And for future reference, because it does automatically do that, I would say because it's a melee attacks that you want to knock out an NPC, you can choose. The magic won't kill him.
Well, we're only playing to bloodied.
I know. Well,
so,
I'm just saying in
yeah.
reference for a future fight. Like, say,
Yeah,
I don't.
that's fair.
I'm going to make that ruling now instead of have it come up in the future.
And then a 26 for another 19 points of damage.
Ooh.
So 38 total. Ah, 2 good strikes that you're unable to parry, friend. How do you feel?
I'm still good, but you got me pretty good.
Really, because your health bar didn't go down at all. To me.
I was doing math, and I had to
Gotcha.
subtract 8 as well.
You
When
still
you go
have
to your-
aid?
I sure did still have it on me.
He casts it every morning.
I did not have aid. I did not realize that we were enhancing ourselves magically for this fight. Next time, I shall come better prepared.
Watch
Says the
yourself,
person
Aurora.
who deals extra radiant damage.
That's not me!
Aurora. Watch yourself, Aurora. He's kind of tricksy.
He is kind of tricksy. A 15 will not get past my shield. Neither will a 19.
And with a plus 10
Perhaps-
too.
Perhaps next time we spar, I should just fight you in my underclothes. I mean, I am wearing full plate armor too. Alright, so I will move. to there and ready in action to strike you when you become adjacent to me. Alright, so I will strike you for a 19.
Oh, that's what you needed.
That's the magic number! For only 11 points of damage this time.
Well, I will, because of aid, I would say once I'm at 50, I've been bloodied. So I'm 7 away.
Ooh. Bring your best! Watch, students! Watch how he recovers from this. A 20 almost hits me. You need a 21 because the shield is magic. I am able to... I am looking over at... Was it Stig who handed me the shield?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm like, I give you a wink, Stig, as I deflect both of Gallenford's attacks with this shield that you loaned me. And I'm like,
Stig.
thank you, friend! Because with my normal AC, both of those would have hit me. Actually,
It
no,
gives
I
you
have Yeah, no, I have an 18 normally, or it's a 19. What is my normal AC? I'm checking now. Oh no, it's 20. So you would have hit me once.
So with a +3 shield?
Wait. Yeah, why do I have a 20? Hold on, I'm double checking.
Is it because you equipped a shield?
No.
Because plate mail only goes up to 18.
Oh, I know why. I have a 20 because I have the defense fighting style, which gives me a 19, and then I have my cloak of protection, which gives me a +1 AC. So technically, I guess I have a 23 armor class with the shield.
Do you get a defensive fight? Oh yeah, never mind. You can still use defensive fighting with the shield.
Yes. Shield and as long... Well, and defensive fighting is whenever you're wearing armor. You get a plus... If you're wearing armor, you get a +1 to your armor class.
If you have a 23, then that means the one attack Galford hit you with doesn't hit you with a 22.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear you. It was very, very quiet.
Yeah, I can't.
Galford hit you with a 22 earlier.
Yeah, so technically that 22 shouldn't hit, but I'll let it lie. I see what you're doing here. It's like the way you're setting me up. I only get 2 attacks every other round. Alright. I'm going to say to the students that sometimes patience is your ally. And I'm going to take a 5-foot step forward and ready in action for Gallenford to become within melee range of me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I was like waiting for your rolls, and I'm like, wait, you're right. I do get to go first. All right, I'm actually hoping I miss because I have one more little roleplay thing I want to throw. So good, the dice are playing in my favor. I miss you.
All right, here come my next 2 swings.
That one will hit me. For 15, nice shot, my friend. And the second one will miss. You see how my opponent dances around the battlefield. Sometimes that can be in your favor. Other times it can lead to your downfall, especially when you're facing a warrior that has abandoned all thought to defense and has decided to go fully offensive. You will probably see this from Stig, and I will throw the shield down onto the ground and I will charge at Gallenford.
Hey!
Wielding my sword with 2 hands now, as I drop down to a 20 armor class, I will strike twice.
You may only need one of those.
A crit fail. Do I still get my second attack, or does that end my turn?
You still get your second attack. I'm not doing those
Okay,
rules, so
that's just a miss.
yes, it's just a miss.
A 22 then.
Yep, and that'll win you the match.
That'll be 15 points. Yes.
Oh, with that role play too, that last line.
Yeah. I had to throw that in there. And then I will. Do you yield, friend? Per the rules of our engagement.
It's part of the honor code. I yield.
I bow to you and thank you for the. I did think you had me on the ropes. To be honest, Doug, if you had hit me one more time, you would have gotten me to bloodied. So we were literally both to our last hit. That's why I threw the shield, because I wanted to actually give you, to give you more of a chance to actually win. Because either way, I was fine with either outcome. That's good role play. So I bow to Gallenford, and I do wince a little bit at the pain from our sparring match. But then I will go pick up the shield and return it to Stig, and thank him, and say, "Wow, this that fighting style really does kind of turn me into a defensive tower. I will contemplate it in the future." Next.
So, Stig, who are you challenging?
Hang on, I gotta take some notes.
Yeah,
I was
you
like
had to
refraining from using any flourishes or anything.
Yeah, no, and I was refraining from using any smites. Obviously, I could have added an actual smite instead of the regular one that I can't turn off.
If you would have, yeah.
I burn a level 3 spell slot and do an extra 48 damage to you every time I hit.
So
That would have ended the fight really fast.
yeah. So that I would rule. If you did it on an NPC you're trying to knock out, that would kill him.
Yes, well, I agree, because literally you're asking your god to smite your enemy. That's not a mercy thing. That's a I want to end them thing.
Yeah.
I would offer a 4-on-1 open hands brawl against Stig, but that wouldn't be fair.
You saying fists only?
4-on-1 with Stig being a Path of the Beast barbarian? Yeah, that'd be unfair.
Yeah, that definitely would be unfair.
I would like to see Sonya in action.
I would too. Sonia, who are you going to go beat up?
I mean, I did lose to Stig last time in an arm wrestling fight. I kind of do want to see if I can what's it called? I don't know the words right now, but I want to redeem myself. I want to see if I can actually beat him, because he seems like the strongest fighter in this crew. Not saying that Aurora isn't, but her powers are more of her gods, and Stig's is literally just brute muscle.
Oh, I don't disagree with you. As far as powerful fighters go, I think Stig wins that case. But, I mean, I look you up and down, and you are quite impressive. You could give Stig a run for his money.
Oh, she already has.
Well,
That arm wrestling competition wasn't as one-sided as you assume, Sonya.
yeah, and at these past fights, I haven't really been able to do much other than heal, and I do want to pull out the big guns a little bit. Oh, she'll go step over here. 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay. I'm ready.
And you guys see that Stig is not using his glaive that he usually uses. He will pull out his longsword.
Sonia has her Morning Star and her shield at the ready.
So Morning Star and shield with against longsword and shield.
Ooh, I like this.
All right, you guys square up, get ready to fight, and fight. So roll initiative.
Okay.
So,
Sonia's gonna
yep.
kind of dig her feet into the ground a bit before dashing over to Stig. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And an attack with her Morning Star. For 21.
Oh, that hits.
For 5 piercing.
Stig will grunt as that impacts him. Does Sonya have another one?
No, I only get 1 attack and a bonus action, but she's gonna hold back for now. That's the end of her turn.
All right.
Just kind of motions for you to attack her.
Okay. Stig is going to... He will come in with his Predator Sword, one-handed. Now, question, DM. With my two-handed gauntlets, do I still use one hand, or do I gain the benefits of using it two-handed?
So the two-handed gauntlets just allows you to wield two-handed weapons one-handed.
Okay, that's what I thought. I just wanted to confirm on the ruling.
Yeah, so you could basically carry a great sword and a shield.
Alright, so here comes the strike. For an 11.
That is a miss.
Sig will come in with second attack.
Ouch.
Oh,
Ouch,
jeez.
that hurt. Ouch.
The first attack was a feint, so you block it, but then just strikes you in
That
the
is
side.
not no, wait, that's right. Stig does max damage plus a little bit extra.
Okay, that's 20 damage. My measly... as a reaction, she's gonna use Wrath of the Storm.
Wait, hold on now.
The creature. So Sig, you're like, haha, I got you, and then all of a sudden she just explodes in lightning.
Yeah, it's just like little tap on the shield, and then just like a little twirl, like slash at her leg, and then bam.
So Sonia, okay, the causes the creature. So Stig, make a dexterity saving throw.
This got out of hand way too fast.
You make it. But I think you still take half, so I'll
But
roll.
you choose, Sonia, lightning or thunder.
I'll do lightning.
All right, so
If you just take half of that, so 3. Now it's my turn.
wait, well he still
I mean-
technically has a move, so
Oh, that's true. Okay, I'll wait.
You do that, and you're like, how's that? And Stig will take his action surge.
Okay. I can. Oh, I only can use my reaction once.
yeah.
Oh, is that how we're gonna play?
It's almost like Aurora, Galford, Mason. It's almost like you're watching a sibling rivalry going on, and between the two.
And you know what? Stig is gonna just start. He's gonna go reckless.
Yep.
And one more.
Yep.
20.
Yep.
So Stig is just like, damn. Come on, let's go.
Okay.
That'll be his turn.
All right, now it's Sonya. Now it's your turn.
Sonya, don't
Okay.
forget you have advantage
All right.
since he recklessly attacked you. Throwing you a bone.
I'm refraining from using any of my spells. I'm only using my, even though I'm like, yeah, I feel like I'm not gonna do it. She kind of growls a little bit as she gets like cashed a bit, and he gets even mad at her for like, kind of zapping him. But she's like, okay, fine. I'm gonna just calm down. Okay, so she's gonna try it.
By the way, Stig's not mad yet.
He hasn't started
He
raging.
doesn't know
that's-
that. That's true. So yeah, she's gonna attack with her Morningstar. Or 21.
A 21 will hit.
4 5 piercing. And see. He's gonna move away, so if you want to, Stig, you can, if you want to attack her, you can attack her. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's the end of my turn.
And Stig will allow you to back off. Is that your turn?
Carla, is at the end of your turn.
That's the end of my turn.
So Stig will look over at you, Sonya. He's just like, already needing to catch your breath. Did I go a little rough on you?
You kind of. And that's all she says.
Oh, you know what? Oh, well, dang it. That was a 19, so my sword doesn't activate its magical effects. So Stig will just go, fair enough. And he will just slowly walk over to Sonya. Just casually. He's going to make one attack with his Predator Sword. I'm getting just a little tap is like, is that easier?
I could handle a little bit rougher.
Well, then how about this? And Stig would like to do an unarmed strike with his shield.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do Predator Sword, but it's just going to be with his shield.
Okay.
For
Yep.
a 23. So you'll just take 3 points of damage, because that's my strength modifier.
Okay.
As I kind of just
And-
backhand you with my shield.
And as a reaction, I'm gonna do that again. Okay.
So, Stig.
Stig will look to the rest of the group and he's just like, can we get a calling?
I can't
I'm not
tell if
using any magic.
But Sig,
That's
If that
a
just
storm.
happens naturally.
Sig, I need a dex save though. Do you have danger sense?
I do have danger sense.
So I think you should have advantage, right?
Yeah, against dexterity saving throws, yeah.
Even though you saw it coming.
I wasn't expecting her to use it again.
Yes.
Yeah, that was just thunder. That was thunder.
Thunder. So you kind of. Your eardrums are ringing, Stig, a bit. Instead of being electrocuted, it's a sonic boom in your face.
Stig will, just like bad as yours, just like, do you have to do that every time?
I have to level the playing field.
Can anybody else see Sonia's health bar? I can't.
Yeah, it didn't show up when I took out my thing, but yeah, you could be able to see it now.
Mason wants to charge in and be like, reinforcements, rah! Can I join this?
Do you want to charge in, Mason?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Okay, it's so roll initiative. Perfect. That actually perfect. So yeah, so it is Stig's turn, but Stig, you hear Mason, Leroy Jenkins, and he comes charging after. I don't know. You just see Mason charging the battlefield.
Nani? But that'll be his turn.
Oh yeah, it is okay. So, Mason.
Yeah, I'll charge Stig.
Going after Stig. Okay.
Stig needs a battle here. He needs some exercise. Okay, here comes my vampiric mace.
Your vampiric what? Yes, that hits.
Another.
Second attack. And bonus action, I'm gonna turn on my defensive field using my guardian model here. So I get 10 temporary hit points.
Alright.
And that will be my turn.
Alright. Sonia, Mason has come to your aid against the fight against Stig.
Oh goodness, that's great. You got this, right? Right, Mason? And she's gonna disengage. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Dash. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
I don't think you
That's my
can
turn.
dash when you disengage. Is that?
Oh.
Because disengage
That's,
takes
yeah,
your-
that's right, because that's an action.
Yeah, it's an action. So you hear it, so...
I was here. So then I'll go, yeah. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And as a bonus action... Actually, disregard that. Because with my...
You're right here.
Oh wait, no, that I can't do that. I was there. I'll just get behind Mason.
Okay.
That's the end of my turn.
Stig.
Let's go! Stig would like to attack Mason, but he would like to shove Mason into Sonia. And maybe try and push both of them back.
Okay.
And here ended the lesson, young warriors. Having a Stig on your team means you automatically win.
So... Okay, how's...
It's a shoving contest against Mason and Stig.
So, yeah, it's athletics, right?
Yes. Mason can do acrobatics if he wants, I believe.
Now match your athletics.
An 11? Oh, you're proficient. Oh. All right.
Could I make a suggestion that Mason maybe has advantage since I am attempting to push both of them, he and Sonya?
Well,
You
Sonya.
don't need to show off, Stig.
It wouldn't be that because Sonya used her action to disengage. It would. So not in this case. So no, Sonya got as soon as Sonya got behind Mason, you basically are trying to football tackle Mason into Sonya.
Yes.
So yeah, so no, he does not have advantage.
Dog pile. I will push Mason back 5 feet. I will step there, and then I'm going to do another shove at Sonya, and I'm going to try and knock her prone.
Okay. Well, Sonya, I don't think you should have. There you go.
I forgot to untoggle, but yeah, I'm prone.
So Mason comes in, gives Stig a few whacks, and then Stig throws him to the side, and as he charges forwards, he sweeps the leg out of Sonya, knocking her prone. Stig is having fun now.
Gasp! Ah, my back.
Gallenford is willing to see watching Aurora if she's getting like a smirk or grin watching Stig in action.
I wouldn't call it a smirk or a grin. I would just call it a sense of pride. She is just puffing out her chest and beaming at him. Like, I'm always impressed by Stig in combat.
Is that the end of your turn, Stig?
Yes.
Mason.
I want to push Stig. This is just a brawl now. I want to push Stig away.
So Mason, you lock arms with Stig, and you guys are lock hands. So it's like that. It's like Kratos versus Baldur in God of War. In the God of War. So strength.
I'm gonna use a flash of genius and make that a 27.
Okay. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh Lord! Yeah.
But right now it's just two army guys flexing their muscles at each other.
Yeah, it's the intro to Predator between Dutch and two muscle guys.
So.
Yeah. Yep. That's my turn right there.
Yep. So yeah, you guys are locked in battle. Sonya.
I kind of I'm like, dang it, Stig. So she's gonna try to sweep his feet as she's prone.
Okay, so you're gonna try to trip Stig prone.
Yes.
Yeah, this will still be strength. This will still be a strength contest, I would say. So strength athletics versus Sonya. You have to roll strength athletics versus Stig. You can choose.
Okay. I'm gonna use my point of inspiration to get advantage.
Okay.
I'm not that petty.
All right, Stig. Oh! At the. So with
And then I get up for half my movement and he falls down.
So with you, with Stig, with Mason pushing back on you, you're paying attention to Mason, and you forget all about Sonya as she sweeps your leg, and and you fall prone into the sand.
How does it feel to eat dirt? And she backs away 5-10.
You technically, Stig, you have an opportunity attack against her if you want to take it.
No, I'm good.
15, 20, 25, 30. End of my turn.
All right, Stig.
As Sonia rushes off, Stig just starts laughing. He's just like, I haven't had this much fun. I don't remember having last time I had this much fun. And Stig is going to kick his feet out and try and knock Mason down too.
Okay. Strength athletics versus Mason versus acrobatics or athletics. Oh. Mason, you go flat. You fall flat on your back in the sand next to the Stig. You're prone.
Stig will get up for half his movement. And he's going to just try and kick Mason while he's down.
Okay, give me. Well, you have advantage on an unarmed melee attack.
Alright, just using the Predator Sword. 17.
Nope.
So just give him a little king. And he will stay there.
All right, Mason.
I'll get up for half my movement and swing back at Stig. You know what? I'm wearing the what is this? The defender armor. I'm gonna hit you with my thunder gauntlets here.
Oh,
Not with that one.
there you go.
Oh, Jesus.
So Mason, you have to dust off the sand a little bit off your gauntlets before you price them against Stig's chest and just slow motion John Woo blast him back.
Stig's tattoo will activate, making it just a regular hit.
So it would be the 5.
And you have disadvantage on attacks against anyone else.
Is that your turn, Mason?
Yep.
Sonia.
It's kind of stupid, but she's gonna go 5 step back and go 5, 10. She's trying to tackle him to the ground.
Oh, Jesus.
I got a running start!
Okay.
What would I roll for that?
It would still
Just
be
strength.
strength athletics if you're still trying to tackle him to the ground. But this time I would give you an advantage just because you got a running start. Stig is a little dazed from the crit. And yeah, so I'll give you advantage for this one.
Okay. For 25.
Stig, you are knocked prone. And Sonia, since I would say with the running start, you're trying to tackle him to the ground. Will be knocked prone as well as you are. You again like football tackled him, so you're like on top of him.
And for good measure, I just kind of start giving him a noogie on the top of his head.
Oh, that's uncalled for. No!
That's the end of my turn.
Stig.
being noogied, Stig will actually say, he's like, no more. I'm done. I'm tapping out. Not the noogies.
Yay, victory!
Alright, so Sig is tapping out. Mason and Sonia, are you guys gonna go at it with each other, or are you gonna call it good?
Do you still want to keep going, Mason? Because I'll be honest, my expertise aren't exactly, weapon-based.
You're a spellcaster. I get it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm good with that. I just wanted to kind of kick Stig down a notch, that's all.
Yeah, that's alright. We got other things to do today.
Alright.
And sometimes, as you can see, as demonstrated by Stig, humility, or not humility and being humiliated, but humbleness is a powerful weapon of a warrior as well.
And some enemies take unconventional methods to defeat.
Yes, for sure. As I described earlier, I was saying that, yeah, sometimes you just throw all tactics out the fucking window and it turns into an all-out brawl. That's kind of what we saw.
Alright. Does any other players want to spar with anybody else? Kozlin? Caradwin?
Caradwin.
Yes, the wizard would like to engage in fisticuffs.
Slap fight.
No, obviously a hero's strength can take many different forms. And Caradwin's strength is definitely not in the fighting ring. With fists.
I do not know how to fight without killing.
Ooh. That is very character appropriate, my friend. As a matter of fact, if I were to knock you unconscious, I would probably just drink your blood.
Alright. So you guys have a good laugh. Everybody's having a great time down in the pits. Kazlin, you came down for a little bit to watch and see how your new companions kind of fight and whatnot. Caradwin, again, you're like, what's going on? Yeah, I'm going back to my studies. I have no interest in fisticuffs. But the night is a festive night, to say the least. After everything that has happened, you guys are, it's like the calm, almost like the calm before the storm, the mood anyways. You guys forget all about the worries of the world, and you're just enjoying each other's presence and company. Is there anything else you wish to do for the rest of the evening, before dinner and bed?
Galliford would, just to see how the town's been faring since everything, and they've been gone a while, he'd probably walk the town before the dinner and everything. I would probably alert everyone that Imzat was going to speak with us all at dinner first before taking a stroll.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought we were supposed to have a conversation at dinner time.
Yes, we are.
Okay.
Galliford's just taking a stroll along the town to see how everything's been faring before that.
Well, then, if we're gonna do some stuff before our dinner conversation, this is when I would ask Caradwin, and with the party's permission, to borrow the 35 platinum pieces, so that I may craft something that will allow us to bind together even closer and give me the ability to defend each and every one of you, even from distance. And then I would, if when I'm granted the 35 platinum pieces, I will go to Mason and say, Mason, I understand that your skill as a craftsman has improved a great deal in the last 6 months.
I'm pretty good, yeah.
Wonderful. Do you think that you could make a ring? Could you melt down these platinum pieces into 7 separate rings, all forged exactly alike, and on the inside of each ring would be etched the symbol of my faith?
Yeah, I think I could do that.
These aren't going to dwarves.
Excellent.
These aren't the 7 rings of the dwarf lords.
They are the 7 rings of the Meddlers. For now, 7. I can create more if we add to the party or whatnot, or we need to have more people. But essentially, the way I understand this is I'm going to use Warding Bond. The spell requires myself and another target that I must touch to cast the spell to platinum ring worth 50 gold pieces. So if we're all wearing a ring, they won't be active. I can only activate one at a time, right? It would. Well, it's not concentration. So technically, I could walk around and cast this on however many spell slots I have, 3 people. But I would have to touch each person.
What's the spell?
Warding Bond. It's a regular player's handbook spell. It wards a creature I touch and creates a mystic connection between me and the target until the spell ends, giving them a +1 bonus to armor class and saving throws. It has resistance to all damage, and also every time it takes damage, I take the same amount of damage.
Oh, okay.
As long as we're within 60 feet of each other. Oh no, I can only have it one person at a time. The end of the spell does say it also ends if the spell is cast again on either of the connected creatures. You can also dismiss it as an action. So I can only ward with one person, but at least if everybody's wearing a ring, I don't have to go put the ring on their finger first and then cast it.
I imagine it would be a pretty bad idea to do 3 people at a time if they were all taking damage.
I know, right? I would go down pretty fast.
I know that the Oath of Redemption has a class ability similar to this.
Yeah, so basically, I'm adding it into our roleplay as like a friendship ring. I'm saying these rings will bond us and allow me to protect you as well as take some of the pain of battle away from you should you be hard pressed in battle. But yes, don't take them off.
That's very considerate of you, Aurora.
It is my pleasure, and then I will bow to Mason and allow him to complete the work as long as he can. I don't know how long it takes to make 7 rings. They're not magical or anything; they're just regular rings. But then I would wander around town as well with whoever wants to wander around. I haven't been here. So I don't know what your townsfolk are like or what the place is like. So you might have to describe it to me.
So Mason, if you get started on the rings now, you could finish them definitely by dinner time. It's just melting, smelting, and kind of polishing.
Yep, I'll get started on that then.
And Aurora, and when you're at his shop, you're amazed by what is here for him to work with, and it does remind you of again all the tools that you saw earlier in the cart from your vision with Sonia.
Okay. I will choose not to go into detail too much right now, not to interrupt Stig while he's working. But that does kind of...
Stig, get out of here! What have I told you about being in here?
Darken my mood a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna thank Stig for his gracious help, and then I will
Stig, what have I told you about being in here? This is my shop.
Sorry, it was just built. Mason's the blacksmith, by the way.
So, Aurora, you join Galliford through the evening stroll in the town, and this Aurora, you can definitely you immediately recognize this is a lumber town. Their primary resources, of course, is the lumber from the forest from next to, obviously right next to the town. Galliford, you and Aurora stroll through. Everything seems quite fine and festive. Everybody has definitely recovered from the undead bear attack. Some of the townsfolk, the more of the men, I should say, kind of were at the training grounds, kind of because you guys were gone for such a while, and Incident was kind of helping out with the defenses and everything like that a bit. So they were helping while you guys were gone. So they don't have to. So when you guys are gone, they don't need to necessarily rely on outside help for the most part. But it is a quite quaint town. Everything is going good. They've rebuilt and repaired. It's a quiet, snowy evening.
So as you can see, it's a quiet, peaceful town, especially now that the undead attack has been taken care of.
The undead attack?
Oh, did we not tell you about that? There was a time when we returned and there was like a wave of undead vampire bears, I know that's a weird combination, that assaulted the town, and we had like a last stand at the fort before we delved into the forest to find the source.
Ah, that sounds very exciting and dangerous, but I can only wish that the town remains safe after an ordeal like that. If I may ask, was it a curse?
It was. I was tied up for most of the battle because the creature brainwashed Stig. And, well, Stig alone was holding us all at bay, but I eventually got an opening and stabbed the creature.
Well, hopefully the curse was destroyed and it wouldn't return.
It does remind me that cave was like a maze, and there's probably still more to explore down there. And I have a feeling it's connected to the keep in some way. Carradwin doesn't remember, but before we set off, she was obsessed with this secret entrance that was somewhere in the keep that might be a massive labyrinth.
What a fortuitous thing to build our keep upon. The entrance to a massive labyrinth. Hopefully the entrance is well protected and blocked.
I think it's sealed, but there was some info we found from the previous owners. I'd have to look through my notes. I'm a little hazy, but I actually thought Carolyn was going to bring it up the moment we got back.
Well, she's had a lot on her mind. But it's good to know. Perhaps it's something we could bring up at dinner tonight. Among other topics.
Indeed.
I would thank Galliford for the tour of the town and just kind of wander around, and I'll be friendly to all the townsfolk and like shake their hands and tell them Zul's blessings be upon you, and now you have a true knight in shining armor living amongst you, and hope that they feel safe and protected.
Well, they graciously shake your hand, and they are happy that you are part of the group now, and that you are making yourself known and whatnot. They almost welcome you with open arms, essentially.
Mostly, I'm just role playing that Aurora doesn't spend a lot of time in with regular people, so she's kind of like excited, like a kid almost. She's mature and she's not a kid, but she's just very excited to be around actual people. I spend a lot of times in the mountains all by myself meditating.
All right. Yeah. You guys make your way back, and you all of you gather into the main hall for dinner, where there's a meal prepped and ready for you. It's a simple meal. I don't think you guys bought a kitchen, and upgraded your kitchen.
We haven't gotten to use the regular kitchen.
So it's a good home. It's a good full of winter vegetables, a hearty stew to help warm your belly in this cold time.
Yeah, we have the basic kitchen, not the upgraded kitchen.
Yeah, so we're actually eating in the kitchen, right? We don't even have a dining room.
We do not have a dining room, no.
Right.
That is the one thing.
We could sit in our war room. I remember pitching the
have a war room.
design being a rounded table.
We can eat on our war room table. We just have to move our tactical maps aside.
They make good placemats as well.
Right.
Hang on, let me put all the minis away.
Yep.
Next time, when we inevitably go to war at the end of this, we're going to be so confused by the stains from the food. Did we say that was where a battle is going to happen? Or is that the mashed potatoes from 2 weeks ago?
What are we gonna do about this lake right here? Oh, it's wet.
I love it.
As you guys are actually enjoying the war room that you guys purchased and upgraded, and having a meal, conversing, Kazan, unfortunately, there is no fresh blood. But
Is the war? I assume the war room is like the table is like set up for when they were fighting the werebears.
Sure.
Just shove that all aside.
But eventually, Ismith comes in, and she has her own plate. She does live here, for the most part, and she just kind of sits at the table and joins you guys.
As she sits down, before she kind of perks up, and I'm assuming Carowin's already expecting it, but Gallifrey will kind of stand up and be like, "Everyone, Imzeth has come with something that may sound pretty helpful, and I wanted to just make sure I reminded everyone, we did save her from those slavers, and we did agree to help her regain her abilities since she has been aiding us. She has pitched something that sounds like it might help us in the end by putting a threat more on her than us."
Aurora, Sonia, and Kazan, this is the first you've heard of it, and you guys have no idea really the background of Innsmouth and whatnot.
Right, so I am listening intently.
Gallifrey will kind of sit at that as he mainly wanted to remind everyone that we kind of had a conversation with her on her intentions and her aid before. So he'll sit and then kind of just nod to Imzeth.
Yes. and for me if I were to deal with the threat in Herman. However, it will require the remaining 2 of the 3 items that I request. The lantern that you possess, and the magical, and the Valaran stone. It will allow me to rid a great evil from this land. But it will help me greatly if I can require those 2 remaining items.
Gallifrey feels like he's like looking back and forth at everyone sitting there silent while she's waiting for her replies.
Stig is just nodding.
Maybe it will help Imzeth if you tell them what it is you are wanting to face, as some of us sensed such darkness when we were there.
She clears off some spaces. So on the war room, she pulls out the map of the continent. You've all been to Herman. Well, most of you.
Where is that place? Hermod.
So,
okay, thank you.
So everywhere beneath, so this peninsula is the ancient kingdom of Herman, and Aurora, you would have heard of it before, especially in your training with the Silver Ring. It is one of the most dark and ancient kingdoms. It is fell under a curse, essentially, where the entire land is filled with undead and darkness. All that try to go there have, for the most part, never returned.
Yes, many of my sisters have gone there and never returned.
Mention his expedition, which fought there for 6 years, five years straight, and not many of them came back.
And we barely made it back.
And this is our ultimate goal, to rid this land of its curse? Is that why we've formed this group?
That's a great question. I would love to know why Isma thinks that we need to go back there.
It's just, I don't think you need to. It's just a hunch that you will.
Based on
your current adventures and some research and discussions I've had.
Does it have something to do with these pages that you've had us collecting?
She hasn't had us collecting them,
sorry.
But to be honest, Caradwin, as I kind of pipe in on this, I've had thoughts that we may have to go back there to a part deeper into it. If you remember, I was trying to lead us that way because I thought there may be pages there. But the talk of the possible dragon, that creepy hag there, and how bad things got towards the end, we weren't ready.
Well, an adventurer is never fully ready for the adventure, but, and I look around at all our new companions who have joined. We have certainly become stronger than you were in the past.
You can see Stig has a look of concern on his face. That's what my elders said when we left the first time.
Well, perhaps it's not like we're going there tomorrow. Perhaps there are other avenues we can explore. Maybe there's a way to weaken the curse of Herman from not within it. Like maybe if we find more of these pages. What is the purpose of finding these pages again? Was it to satisfy the request of some higher power? I thought.
The pages.
And my professor wants him.
The page is supposed to combine into a book that has a spell, I believe, or something to ward off an entity that may threaten the whole planet. If I'm understanding the one who contracted me properly. And I think Caradwin had a glimpse at these things from an image she explained to us.
Caradwin, could you elaborate?
Oh, which part? The part where I got sucked into an eldritch being's home? There's a lot that I feel like Aurora's missed, that I feel like we should elaborate on. From the finding what I think I described at the time as a meat house, or something along those lines. It was flesh walls. It was really gross. It was I can't remember if it was a dream or not. I stumbled into an eldritch being's home. The pages are relevant to this because it's part of the old war back when the gods and the eldritch creatures fought to maintain the safety of our world or whatever. We went to Herman. Actually, I don't remember why we went there. It's been a while.
You remember you went there because Nyx was killed and Galliford made a deal to retrieve a book from the hag.
That's right. We needed a book from the hag, a Necronomicon. I forgot about that.
And this hag lived in Herman.
Yes. Which truly does beg the question, not to take away from informing Aurora of our adventures. Why are we... So, here's the deal with the gem and the lantern. If we are going back to Herman, one, I think a lantern that could show us where we need to go would be immensely useful in our hands. The gem would also benefit us in restoring us to our power in the case that we need it during a fight. What is it that specifically that you need to do with these things, Ismith? You need to fight a great evil? I need more specifics than that. Because if you're just going there to fight a great evil, guess what? If Galliford says we're doing the same thing, I think we could use them more. And again, you only did one job for us, not three.
I'm not going to Herman. What I need the lantern for is to find an ancient location hidden somewhere out in the sea to attract Hytris, the black dragon of necromancy. He's a black dragon that specializes in necromantic powers. With him gone, it will help perhaps one step closer to lifting the curse of the kingdom of Herman. And two,
And you're just...
it'll help me gain my powers back.
Right. And you can fight and defeat this dragon on your own in a weakened state.
If I could get him to the location, I would have a chance, yes.
What is this location?
And how much of a chance? If we're playing poker, I don't like my odds.
Which is why I need the crystal to power the tower.
There's a tower now? See, this is my problem. We've been through a lot of shit. And I already have issues with signing up for things with people. I'm trying to learn from my mistakes. And lesson number 1, don't just give shit to people without full explanation.
Well, we do have a war room here. Perhaps you would care to outline your plan and show us here in our war room how exactly you intend to carry out this plan of yours. I'm sure there's a map of the continent, and you can show us where this tower is and, give us the details that are severely lacking.
The map.
Stig is already pulling out
Which is
tokens.
why I need the lantern. I know of the tower, I just don't know where the tower is.
Ah. So you have a plan that you think will work based on if this lantern leads you to the things you need.
Yes.
That's a pretty shaky plan, my friend.
I very much agree, Aurora. It makes no sense.
I
Believe
mean,
me, we've done crazy things ourselves, but you're asking us to give up a lot on kind of a wild bet.
Now, while I agree with Caradwin's take, I would also, just to play a bit of the devil's advocate here, if we don't have a counter plan that we can come up with to utilize these tools to better achieve the ends that we seek, do we then just agree out of default because there's no other plan? But you suggested earlier, Caradwin, that we could use the lantern and gem ourselves to accomplish a task. What task is that you would like to see it utilized for?
If we're going to Hermon,
Right.
the lantern is a lantern of clairvoyance. Now, admittedly, it's not a one-use thing. If she can do this and come back with it before we head off on whatever new thing that Gallantford wants us to go down there for whatever God's beknown reason, it would benefit us to have a guide, and that lantern would do that job. The gem, it has extremely powerful magic that can restore all of us to our fullest capacities. Or maybe it's to one of us. Actually, I don't remember what the thing said. Regardless, it can restore magic when in a pinch. And if we're going to fight a hag, or deal with the curse, or whatever other unbeknown creatures, I have an oh shit button, but I'd rather not use that one yet. This one would be better for us.
You have you have a small oh shit button. You have the
And I have a big oh shit button,
Yeah.
which I still have not explained to you guys yet. I should do that at some point.
There is
Really
another
good.
option with all of this, since this is... I get what Carolyn's saying, but I also understand this is to our benefit, and Imzeth is our ally. What if you didn't do this alone, Imzeth?
I think that's way better odds. And kind of what I was hoping to get to, Gallantford, so thank you for taking that leap. I think if she wants these things, we should go with her. If there's a tower ran by a necromancer, I kind of want to take a look. And also, not for the necromancy part, but for just the magic of it. Yeah. I think the odds are better if we are doing this together.
So is there a reason why? Is it Ismet? Is that the person's name? The person who's talking to us?
Imzeth?
Ismet. Okay.
I think it's
Ismet, thank you.
Like bismuth, but without the speed.
Oh, sorry.
Ismet, is there a reason why you want to do this alone? Or would you be open to the idea of the meddlers accompanying you and accomplishing this task with greater chance of success?
I don't have a specific. Well, me, the DM's trying to draw the word. I've already acquiring certain skills to help me with this. Certain people. Plus, I have the feeling you won't be able to accompany me without the professor's permission. And she kind of says that with like almost like a disdain, like she does not like the professor at all.
Wait, you've got another group already lined up? How'd you?
Yeah, what the fuck is that about?
You've been gone.
Yeah,
for a while.
how'd you accomplish that?
You've been gone for a while. I had time.
Quickly turns to Karen, just like you better double check our funds.
I haven't.
Our money came with us, first of all. But you're not paying them out of our pocket, are you?
No.
What's your time frame, anyways?
Maybe we should look at this differently. What you're saying is you would like to form an expedition. You're trying to pitch it to us.
Sorry, Mason, you're a little quiet right there at the end. I would like to form an expedition now.
You're essentially, let's Shark Tank this. You've given us our pitch and we counter offer this.
I will return the lantern upon completion.
Assuming you complete it.
I did.
Yeah, that's a big if.
That's the risk you're asking us to take, is that we provide you with the tools that you need to go do something without our supervision, and if you fail, we just lose out on those items. How about you offer some kind of collateral for the items that you wish to borrow? That would appease Caradwin's concerns.
I'll do it.
As Aurora is saying that in the supervision, Gallifrey kind of leans over and just whispers, "By the way, she's actually a dragon."
I whisper back, "Thanks for that. That's good to know." I've never actually had a conversation with the dragon before. There's a first time for everything.
Her plan, when I discussed and we went over a little bit more, there's a chance that it gives her powers back, allowing her to become the ancient dragon she actually is. If she obtains that, I'm sure she'll return no matter what. Whoever she's bringing with her, that's another question. Hopefully you'll keep them safe, but knowing how old you are, or at least an idea from what you explained and the knowledge you have, I have no doubt that you'll probably return. I was trying to suggest to you that maybe you can also share some of that long-tapped knowledge with Caradwin, which might help give her ideas on a lot of things.
Could Stig see if she's being truthful?
You can give me an insight check.
An ancient dragon saying, Here, let me go deal with this other dragon for you. All I need is some of your most powerful items.
Her posture and her voice, she is not deceiving you in any way. You don't get any evil intent. She generally wants to help you guys out. She generally believes that you guys will go to Hermon, and she wants to rid this potential obstacle in your way while doing things to her own end.
No, she's doing this for selfish reasons.
As for collateral, how about a trade? The gem for this, and she pulls out a key.
Is that what
Swear
I
to God,
think
if
it
you
is?
say that's for the four underneath here, I'm gonna fucking flip it. I'm gonna flip this table.
It's a pretty massive table, Caradwin. I'm not sure you can.
And we still got all this.
I will. Let me rephrase that then. I'll summon a demon to flip the table for me. Does that make it better?
Don't challenge her, please.
They did earlier cover the fact that you're not a brawler, but yeah, summoning a demon to do your brawling for you, that you can do.
Stig just flips the table preemptively.
It's a new table.
Now we gotta pick up all these minis.
This is why you aren't allowed in my workshop.
She was.
Full of
You
eating
guys,
things.
you guys know she was
Just gonna
gonna
pick
do
up
that
her-
anyways.
It's moments like this that I really like Stig.
All right, so what is it you're offering in collateral? I'm sorry, you said a key. What is this key to?
It is the third key that Caradrin's been looking for, which I found outside of the fort while you were gone.
Caradwin, you were looking for some keys?
Fucking dragon. Yes, I was.
Carolyn, quick question. We have a lantern of clairvoyance. Why haven't you used that to find the key?
Because we got the lantern just before we went in. No, we didn't have the lantern when we were searching. Don't laugh at me for that, Gallenford. It's not that the thought didn't cross my mind, it's just that one, I have finals, and two, she probably found it before that, so it doesn't matter.
I really love this character.
Okay, I think I know where we're going next.
You've had that
I mentioned-
lantern since you first went to Hermon, way before you got the fort.
I thought we got the lantern when we went to the Feywild.
No. You've had that lantern forever.
Caradwin, this is you repressing some memories.
I repressed a lot from Hermon. In my defense, that was
Is
a
there
traumatic
no one
period of
taking
time.
inventory of the stock in this place?
Gallenford
had
has
that lantern
actually
before Hermon.
repeatedly asked about the lantern a couple of times.
I beg to differ. I strongly disagree. If this was a survey, I would check strongly disagree.
It's obvious, friends, that Caradwin has a lot on her mind at all times, and
Constantly.
therefore might lose a thread here and there. And that's why we're here, to provide this clarity to Caradwin. Caradwin, we have a lantern that helps you find things you're looking for. We've had it for a while, but now my question remains: why are you looking for keys? What is locked that you need access to?
I'd like to pull out the lantern and ask it to find me a way out of this room now, please. No, I'm just kidding. I would just like to exit the conversation. We found evidence of a dungeon beneath a crypt of some sort beneath us. We found even just a single chest that we found underneath our, without even accessing the full thing, tons of money and magic items. Well, maybe not tons, but more than we were expecting to find. The knowledge that this place has is intriguing, to say the least, and it's a mystery, and mysteries are always fun.
Are you forgetting that item that I think was broken into 3 pieces or something?
Yeah,
I'm sure I'm forgetting something. I don't.
There's a
I started
crown
journaling.
that broke into 3 pieces. Actually, 4 pieces. And you have one of the base crown, and the crown can find the remaining pieces that are hidden somewhere in the fort.
So we have another item that can find what you're looking for.
We have a
What are you
lot
looking
of
for that?
unfinished tasks.
Now, the crown I remember, but the crown wasn't for this temple down here, was it? Because I thought I activated it and I didn't get anything here.
It's only a certain amount of feet.
Oh.
And last time you activated it in the forest.
Let's see.
Okay, so what Gallenford mentioned this briefly to me while we were taking a tour of this wonderful little village that we live in, that we have chosen to build our fort. If we do need to fully explore the grounds on which our keep is built, perhaps that is something we could do while Imzith. I'm sorry, maybe I said that wrong again. Let me look back up. Imzith. Ismith tries to complete his task.
God, I don't want to give up the fucking gem because it's a one-use item. It's not like this is something that we can give away and get back.
Okay, so do you know, because you've identified it, that it would only work once?
I know it only works once.
Okay, so knowing that, I will turn to Imzith and say, let's just for the sake of argument, if you are successful in your endeavor and you recover this ancient power that Gallenford has said that restores you to all the glory and power that would be yours, could you recharge that gem and return it to us?
If I were to regain all my abilities, it will not be difficult for me to do so.
Then
Here's what I'm willing to give up. I'll give you the lantern for the key. I'll give you the gem. So there's a wizard's tower for a dragon that does necromancy. I'll give you the gem in exchange for the knowledge in that library, in that tower.
The dragon, the necromantic dragon, lives in Herman underneath in the swamp. She needs to lure the dragon to this ancient tower to siphon his power into her to regain her abilities.
right, I think
Maybe I need clarification on the tower.
Yeah, Caradwin wants the location of this tower once you figure out where it is.
No, I want her to bring the stuff in the tower to us.
Oh. Good call. Yeah.
Is there knowledge in this tower? Is there magic? Is there secrets?
It's an ancient tower back during the war.
Then that's the trade. I'll give you this gem. You bring back the knowledge inside of the tower.
I would also
You
like
get your full power back. And we get the information hidden.
I would also like to request, if you are going to kill this dragon, if you're able to bring back any scales or anything that I might be able to forge into something new, that would be very much appreciated.
I will bring you back all that you wish and more.
I don't like the way you phrased that, but fine. Here, take the ship. I've signed worse deals.
Ooh, I have a request. From as we're handing out, we're giving you a wish list. Our friend Mason has been afflicted with a curse that I personally cannot break. Would you be able to help us rid him of this bond?
She approaches after. Well, hold on. First, Caradwin, do you slide over the lantern and the gem?
I wanted to shake on it.
Let's make sure we get this all in writing, too.
She will agree to your terms, Caradwin, for the lantern and the gem, and she will hand over the key as well.
Blood pact. Let's go.
You want to do a blood pact with her?
No, I trust the ancient dragon to fulfill their word.
Kazlin, they're doing a blood pack in here. We need you.
Yeah, Kazlin, do you want to drink some of this dragon's blood?
Clean up, Kazlin.
Absolutely.
Love it.
But yeah, she'll agree to your terms, and then but she will go approach you, Mason, and begin to draw an arcane sigil into the air. Aurora, you immediately feel dark curse magic emanating from this sigil. Being familiar with your necklace kind of goes off like a Witcher necklace.
Mm-hmm.
And she casts a spell onto you, Mason. It's almost like it's like an identify spell. She's trying to identify the curse. I cannot remove this curse in my current state. It will be even difficult for me to do so when I regain full power due to the terms of this curse. However, You can pass this on to another. You just simply remove the heart and implant the heart into a willing creature. And then
Okay, but then how does Mason live without a heart?
that will be something he will need to figure out. But you can remove the curse. Just the curse is tied to your heart, Mason. Remove the heart, remove the curse.
I suppose I could always talk to Caslin.
That's good to know. Or if you can, if we find someone who wants to give you their heart, you can just trade them.
And it must be a willing participant.
Right. Well, or unconscious. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Aurora's not evil. I'm not a frickin' Arasaka.
And Aurora, after the curse, the spell has been cast from Ismuth, your necklace is still going on. Like, there is curse energy nearby.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to frickin' consecrate this place. Once this Imzith person leaves. It feels nasty in our war room now, guys. It's all slimy and dirty in here.
Sorry. I shouldn't have flipped the table. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna have to light some sage. Let's cleanse the air.
So, we have an accord. I can give you some knowledge about the dragon, if you so wish, to help ease you onto why I'm doing this and why I'm choosing him specifically.
Sure, that'd be great, but it does not count as part of our deal of giving me the knowledge from the tower. This is extra.
Of course.
I just want to make that abundantly clear. This is an extra service that you are providing willingly outside of the bounds of our contract.
His name...
Just out of a random curiosity, has Isma's movements and error?
What? You cut out. Hello? Hello? Can you guys hear me?
Can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry.
Right now we can.
Okay, yeah. My connection just dropped for a little bit. So, go ahead again, Doug.
Isma's mannerisms, the speech, the way they walk and carry themselves, has it seemed similar to how it was before we left?
You can give me an insight check. She is carrying herself very similar to before you guys have left. She's kind of been waiting on your return to tell you of her plan and whatnot. But now that you guys have agreed to this, she does kind of have a spring in her step a little bit, and she is a little more excited that she is closer to regaining to her full power.
Okay. Gallifrey just wanted to put a random worry that just popped into his head out of it away. Yes. Please explain the abilities of this dragon. Does it have any ties to Bog by any chance?
He is an ally to Bog. He created the swamp that which she lives in. See,
Is it greater than Bog? Or is Bog greater than it?
he is as old as I. I believe he was on his same here on his way to becoming a great worm through different means. But he has not ascended yet. For that being that of a vampiric black dragon who deals in necromancy. Dealing a major blow to him will be one step closer to clearing the darkness over Herman as well. I mean, however, the stuff that happened to the kingdom, why wouldn't he set up his lair there? With the abundance of undead that crawl through the land.
We only found a few stories of that lost kingdom. This dragon, is he responsible for its fall?
No. He would not have such power to do that. And if he did, it would probably be in a different state that it is in. I don't know what happened to that kingdom specifically, but I do believe Bog is a catalyst for it.
Is Bog older than you and the dragon?
Never met her in person, but I believe she's just as old, not older.
She freaked us out when we went there last, but maybe this can at least give us an idea of where we stand against her.
I would not advise going up against her directly. Don't even go up against her at all, if you can avoid it.
How would she fare against a dragon?
Don't know. Never fought her myself. I've avoided her. She had no reason. I had no reason to converse with her in any capacity. But dealing with Hytrus would definitely be a blow.
Carolyn, do you have any questions about the dragon?
Sure, I'd love to pick her brain about the dragon, however much time she's willing to give.
She's willing to give all the time you want, so she will tell you stories about him and whatnot. That again, he's just as old as him. He is a vampiric black dragon. Through the same way, almost same circumstances again. He's trying to become a great worm, but has not figured out how to do so through necromancy. She believes that she may be trying to he's trying to become the first vampiric Draco Lich. However, with him being already a vampire, he is unable to do so as of right now. But she wants to take him off the board before he succeeds in that endeavor. But with him being a vampire, he owes almost allegiance to Gore, the god of blood and vampirism.
Interesting. Do you know of any other dragons around? Are there any others on this continent besides you and The evil one?
It is also commonly known that Zalzuth, the Diamond Dragon, lives in the Imperial City. He's basically one of the first dragons born of Bahamut and Tiamat.
Oh, you know what? I'm actually curious now that I think about it, Ismith. Did we ever tell you about the white dragon we found?
You have not.
Oh yeah, I hope this doesn't upset you to tell you. We did find it. We did kill it. It was evil. And then its head ran away.
It's what?
Yeah, so we
Go ahead.
we
Carol.
fought a dragon. Oh, go ahead, Gonford. You probably know this story better than I do.
You ended up in that flesh mansion not long after the head escaped, if I remember correctly, because the thing was being controlled by some other entity. The dragon was definitely not normal.
Well, I have no allegiance with the whites. I am of the blue variety. After all, they called me the Cursed Storm when I was at my full power.
But do you know of any white dragons that live in the mountains here?
No. If you were to fight a white dragon, they usually live in packs, and it sounds like you've dealt with it solo, so you got lucky. So whatever caused it to go rampage away from its pack, it must be something great. And with all the things that are happening from what you've told me in your stories and what you just described, you best prepare. Dark times are coming, no matter what. And I don't...
That's a lovely note to end this conversation on. I appreciate that. Very reassuring.
What happened? Did you ever recover the head? Discover what happened to it?
No, it vanished into a snowstorm.
And speaking of that, Galliford is still wearing the armor, and I haven't done this in a while. I keep forgetting to utilize the ability to see if I sense any white dragons nearby and if it'll pick up the head. So I'm going to do that now.
What's the range on that?
Infinite? It's a direct GPS location.
It doesn't matter because it's right there.
$30 miles.
You do not detect any white dragons within 30 miles of your location.
Okay, I can't do that again until tomorrow morning. I keep forgetting to do this every day.
If the head crawled away, what happened to the body?
Well, you're looking at some of it, and I'll point to Gonford's armor.
My apologies if she gives me a weird look.
She doesn't care.
I believe the rest of the carcass was men from the capital came, if I remember correctly, right?
You recall that there were some people that went to investigate your claims at the fort, and you got a report back that the body was missing.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh.
So the head's missing, and then the body went missing later.
We've left a lot of things undone. Uncompleted.
Well, technically, a dead dragon is a dead dragon. That should have been complete. Who would have thought a headless dragon body would just vanish?
That's true, that was the beginning of our adventure. We really didn't have any context at that point.
Then I have a feeling you'll meet that dragon again.
Shit.
Well, thank you. I will turn in for the evening, and I suggest you do the same. You have much to consider and think about with all the information I have told you. And Caradron, you must finish your finals before the professor gets on you.
I thought you hated him. I thought we had that like one connection was that, and now you're reminding me.
Fucking hate that man. Do not
At
worship.
this time, I kind of agree.
Do not seek him as an idol.
I don't. I pay to go there.
And yet you chose
Is there
to
a
work
reason
hard.
why you hate him?
He holds more secrets than I do, which makes him a threat.
Considering you've lived a whole lot longer, that is very interesting.
But I have died.
Oh, I guess we have that in common.
Am I the only one that hasn't died yet?
Of the original group?
Yeah, I don't think Gallanford. I think I haven't died yet. That's not something I aim to fix anytime soon, so don't give me any snarky comments, Ismith. But I have not died yet. That's fascinating.
Yeah, technically Jason's at Aeolipoli, and he hasn't died yet.
That we know of.
True.
Don't make me sing the song. It's all in the theme.
So Innsmouth bids you a good evening, and she leaves the war room to her chambers. And what you guys wish to do now that she is gone?
Did I get kicked? I can't hear anything anymore.
I can hear you.
Oh, well, okay.
Innsmouth has left the room. I didn't know if you guys wanted to do anything before you guys turned in yourself.
Well, we got a table to clean up.
Yeah, I'm gonna also start trying to, consecrate the room a little bit while we clean it up. It feels like dark magic in here.
I have a mage hand to help me with my part of the cleaning.
Stig?
Stig left with Sonya a while ago.
Yeah, they got tired of...
Part of this conversation.
We're probably out playing with the bears or something.
Yeah.
So,
you just
Caslin,
the table and left?
Stig picked up any of the food that spilt and then he left.
Okay, fair enough. Well, you did your part then. I was gonna say that before everybody left the meeting that I would hand out the rings, but we can just say we did that at the beginning when we all sat down at the table. That's fine. So I would have given you each a platinum ring to wear. Now, you don't have to wear it if you don't want to, but if you wear it, I can cast powerful magic that will help protect you in battle.
Stig will wear it, just not on the ring you want.
On the finger I want? I'm not going to call out a finger. You can wear it on whatever finger you want. Mason probably fashioned it to only fit on your pinky.
Well,
That make them all
is a
alike.
ring.
It's not my fault. His fingers are bigger.
Is a
I
ring,
know.
right? It doesn't need to go on the fingers. It could be a toe ring. It could be a tongue ring. It could be a
They just have to be wearing it, yes, on some part of their body. They can't just have it in their pocket. But if they're wearing it, as long as I touch them, the 2 rings will activate. Mine and theirs.
Doug, were you wanting to roleplay with Koslin real quick?
I was going to say, Kaslin and Aurora, now that you've heard the details of things we've dealt with and what's to come, do you still wish to stick with the Meddlers and deal with this craziness?
I heard there was blood involved, so I'm in.
I give Kaslin a sidelong glance and say, we're going to have to work on your, your subtleties a little bit. But that said, yes, you've offered me the opportunity to rid the world of perhaps the greatest curse that has ever afflicted it. An entire land is cursed. And there is a possibility that I might be involved with your group in lifting that curse. Nothing could bring Zool more glory than me accomplishing that task. And perhaps that is why I have been given the gifts that I have been given. So yes, I think fate has bound me to your task.
That's good to hear. I still don't know what that crazy thing was that chased us out of Herman. Carolyn, how would you describe that thing?
Oh, the thing the hag summoned?
Yeah, we had to fly out on Beauregard and just barely got away.
I think it was just an eldritch creature. She summoned an eldritch being from a dimension that we have probably forgotten about as mortal beings. So there's that.
I still can't believe we snuck into her lair and made it out.
It is quite impressive, the litany of quests that you have accomplished in the time that I was gone. You have indeed done quite a lot for yourselves and for the betterment of humankind.
You guys want to fulfill one more quest for humankind?
You want to go into that dungeon, don't you?
No, actually, I was going to ask for help on my finals. I need an assistant.
What's the subject?
I was just going to answer yes, because really it's all of them that I need to take still. Well, I have various ones depending on the... it's not cheating if they're a assistant, quote unquote. But no, evocation, abjuration, conjuration, the lot of them at this point. It's the lot of them.
Yeah, I'll give you an assist. I've got some projects down in the workshop that I might need an assist.
How would you describe her?
Scary beyond all reason.
Yeah, that's it.
Scary beyond all reason. That's fantastic, Stig. Thank you for that.
By the way, Koslin, since you've been craving blood and didn't like the other food we had at the table, there are animals you can hunt in the woods. Just don't hunt the people.
Pig.
Probably want to not kill the bears, right? Didn't you say there's some special attachment you have to the bears out there?
The bears are at the fort now.
Oh,
so
shit.
Yeah, don't harm the bears. They're companions.
Well, I'm going to go back to Nyx's room and pull out her little drawing journal and start sketching in my very bad art style. This Ismeth person that we met and what I think they will look like as a dragon.
Well,
and I think I might
awesome.
actually try to draw this in real life and post the image to the group.
Well, you can do some checks, but right now I want to do our 5-minute break, so I need to use the restroom. So we'll come back at 10:56.
Okay.
Be right back. All right. You guys crashing for the right night, Aurora. You are doing a crude drawing of Ismith and what you think, trying to do your best to depict what a blue dragon would look like. You would know what they typically would look like. They are very representative. So they're definitely not, so they're like, think of them as a dragon form of a spiky lizard.
Okay.
They're not the typical. They do not have the same image in the standard Wizards of the Coast books.
Well, you did say they wanted to become a giant worm, right?
Her goal was to become a great worm. You can give me, if you want, a history check for either worm on what a great worm is, or perhaps you want to try to remember who Innsmouth you might have heard something about Innsmouth for her being such an ancient dragon.
Nope.
Was that for the great worm, or was that for Innsmouth?
That's for Imzith.
Okay. Her name is at the tip of your tongue, but like, what? I heard of it somewhere, but I don't remember.
It's been a long time since I read that particular book.
Months go by. We're doing a times jump. Caradroin, you finish up your finals. You get them in. Aurora, you eventually have to do your report for the Silver Ring about what happened in the Feywild through your experience and whatnot, and you send that in to the Silver Ring headquarters in the Imperial City.
And you said I could take like a teleportation circle to go there, give my report, and come back?
Yeah, I mean, again, you could definitely get there and whatnot. And you could go by horse, or you could take the newly teleportation circle at the fort. But yeah, you go and give your report there, and
right,
and check in and kind of do some duties that you're required to do as a member of the Silver Ring. Do you tell him about that evening with Innsmouth and the Herman and whatnot?
Do they ask?
Well, they won't ask, but I'm just saying, would you tell them?
I think what I would tell them is that it is perhaps, it might perhaps become necessary for us to venture into Herman in order to solve a great mystery.
We have taken up several of those of that. It is already in the works to try to solve and rid of the curse upon that land. It's a much bigger project than anything else.
Well, perhaps as I become more embroiled in this project, we could share information. Things you've discovered might be useful to any ventures I may have to take there.
And we request the same of you if you discover any information that may help us with that.
Of course. My loyalty is to you always.
Of course.
Sorry, I wasn't sure if you were done or not.
Oh, I'm wrapping up. So Rory, you finished your report. You do some of the duties that you do, and then you make your way back to the fort. And Caradroin, it's been a few months, and you guys also discovered that Innsmouth was gone the next morning. And it is still wintertime. It is still cold. It is still bitter. It is still winter. It's not nowhere near spring.
If it's been a few
Just
months, how's progress on my projects going?
Which projects did you want to go on? Were you wanting to do?
I can repost all these projects here. And then I'd want to do some research into the shield golem gem stuff we have. See if we can build our own.
Give me fade your hide can make cloak with misty fiery or shoes for.
So these are just notes that I have and kind of ideas of what I would like to make with them. But if you have any changes,
you would definitely have time to work on those. The shield golem will take much longer to work on, but you could definitely get a start on it. You just won't complete it.
Yeah, I didn't expect to complete it. I think mostly I just want to kind of get an idea of what materials I'll need and maybe get an order in for those.
Okay. But first, let's see here. We'll start with the deer hide. You want to make the deer hide into a cloak or shoes. So give me a
We'll try and make shoes.
Okay, give me a Tinker's Tools check. Just to see how long. Basically, it will just determine how long it will take for you to get these right. Yeah. So, with dealing with leather and whatnot, you usually deal with metal. So you do send some letters and inquire somebody at the Hunters Guild that deals with monsters and leather armor and whatnot. So he sends you schematics, to make leather shoes and kind of whatnot to help you out. But yeah, so with that going on, you can whip those puppies up right now and maintain their magical abilities to face step essentially.
Is this going to be like another once per day kind of face step or
yes.
charges?
Yes. It would be a once per day face step.
During this time, would I have heard anything from the director after the initial time I tried to reach out?
Will you try to reach out to him more? Or were you just waiting to hear from that one time?
I will probably reach out one more time to see if he responds with anything after being told we got more pages.
You do get a response. It's not so much as a direct response, like he's not talking to you, but you do feel like he is pleased with your progress after reaching out with him.
I was hoping he'd reach out to me directly so I could address the situation we just went through, but he probably will not. Gallifrey will probably spend those months training the recruits and trying to understand the new sword and see if he can unlock more of it.
Okay, so you begin training with your sword. Again, back to Mason. So now with the face spider fangs, what are you ultimately wanting to make with those?
First of all, Kazlin, do you want ice arrows?
Ooh, I would love ice arrows.
Okay, we'll make them into arrows then for Kazlin.
Okay, give me another tools check. Grinding the fangs into a workable powder, and you're able to make molds and whatnot out of them. You are able to get, I would say, out of 4. I would say 3 arrows per fang, so that's 12 spider fang arrows that do frost damage and poison damage.
I'll just pass those to Kazlin.
And there's 12 of them. Where's the face spider? Oh, the face spider's probably in the back. So each arrow does. Oh, here. Let me pull up actually the creatures and monsters. So the face spider this is the face spider's attack. So it will do 1 arrow will do 1d10 plus 2 piercing. Plus 48 plus 1d8. Why does it plus 1d8?
Hang on, I got a button for this.
No, that's a lot of damage!
I know I edited it, but I don't remember why I give it much. It should be 2d8 cold poison and 2d8 cold. So 1d10 piercing. So 1d10 piercing plus 2d8 cold plus 2d8 poison. But it does require the Constitution save and everything as well.
Oh, these are better than I thought.
But you only get 12 of them.
Yep. Here you go, Kazlin.
Oh, thank you. Kazlin puts them in his quiver.
Okay. And then you begin to work on Mason on your golem.
There's also the antler torch. I don't think you've mentioned that.
Oh, I thought that was part of the same. Okay.
It can be the same, but it's a different item, I guess. But yeah, I just want to make the lantern or the antler into basically a torch you can turn on and off. That you know
Okay.
whether you decide if it's bright as a torch or maybe a little dimmer, I'll leave that up to you.
I would say with the 29, since it's still with the still with the deer stuff, is that you can either turn it into a torch or multiple candles. The torch, it will be this. You won't be able to dim it. You'll just be on and off like a flashlight.
We'll make it into a full torch. I think most of us have dark vision, so this will only be able, like, if we want to actually have light.
Okay. So yeah, so you have a reusable torch that you can turn on and off. So Mason, you pull out all the stuff for the golem, and you pull out the iron. If you remember, you have a book, manual of iron golems as well.
Yeah.
So you pull that out and carefully begin studying that as well, being trying to help infuse everything you have into your own unique golem.
While I'm looking through these golems and these books and stuff, I also kind of want to have in the back of my mind if it's possible to build my own heart, build a replacement heart or something, just in the back of my mind as I look through this stuff.
Okay. Okay. Then I'll switch. Go to Caradwin. You brought up. What did you want to do? You're muted, Connor. If you.
Sorry, you cut out, so I didn't hear. I didn't hear my name.
Yeah. What would you like to do for these 3 months have passed?
So, I want to make some money to buy spell scrolls and materials, and here's how I'm going to do it. I have this fun ability, I posted in chat a little bit already, called Master Scrivener. So I make spell scrolls at half the time and cost that it takes to make them, which means that when I sell them, because normally when you sell an item, it's basically the cost that it takes to make it. So you don't really make any money. But I do it in half the cost. So a second level spell scroll, based on the DMG, and I found this in Xanathar's, it's 250 gold pieces for 3 days of work. For me, it's 125 gold pieces in a day and a half of work. So every 6 days, so basically every week, I can make 4 scrolls and sell them for 250 gold pieces. And that's what I would like to do for 3 months. Is make as much fucking money on spell scrolls as I can.
So you go to the school. You go back to the university because you know that students need scrolls. And you begin to undercut the university a bit.
So I'm going to have to borrow 500 gold from the party treasury, but after the first week, I can pay that off no problem. So I will just be making basically 500 gold every week if I can do this successfully.
Chris, in your games, can non-spellcasters use spell scrolls?
I think you can.
I think officially you can only do it if you are able to learn that spell. But essentially, if Stig could use a spell scroll, Caradwin will let the party purchase some of those spell scrolls.
I can do that for free every morning. Give one person a upcasted version of a spell at first or second level. So I can give Stig a 3rd level fly basically every day. Or not a fly, sorry, invisibility or scorching ray or something once a day. That's just a free thing that I can do as a order of scribe.
I will say Stig can attempt to use the scroll. He would have to make a check depending on the spell level and whatnot.
It's also up to Stig if he wants to use these. It's just, spell scrolls aren't normally something you just sell. But I'm not telling you how to run your business, Carradine.
No, I mean, I can make some and set them aside. I'm only making up to second level, and part of this ability is that once a day, I can make a spell scroll at first or second level to let anybody use. And it's just for that day, but it's just a one thing of like, hey, anybody want, an extra invisibility, Misty Step, Scorching Ray, whatever.
I will say non-casters
And that's just a free thing.
can use spell scrolls. They would require a check in order to use them correctly. Like it's similar to using a wizard trying to use a spell higher than their current level. So, but other than that, yes, I mean, non-magic users can use spell scrolls because the magic is already imbued into the scroll. Okay, Caradwin. So you begin to start your side business to gain more funds. There's about 4 weeks in a month, in a typical month for as of right now. So
I did the math. It's if I do it for 3 months, it's $6,000. That's not true. It would be 5,500 because the first 500 I would have to take from the party funds to make the spell scrolls, and then, no, that's not right. I'll have to do the math again.
well, does the party agree to Caradwin's plan to make some extra cash while you're waiting?
Yeah, Mason will invest into this enterprise.
I have no objections.
Buy Caradwin
It's about
stock.
time Caradwin contribute to the party's success. I agree. Ouch.
Yeah, so I would essentially earn, the first week I would have to take 500 gold, and then if I pay that back, I would, after 12 weeks, so for 3 months, that would be 5,500 gold that I would be making over 3 months.
Now that's assuming you can find somebody who is willing to purchase all these scrolls.
If I can find some desperate enough students, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And my thinking was, no, you make 3.
Make what?
For basically illegal selling of scrolls.
Okay, I missed the whole thing. What'd you say, Jeremy? I'm sorry.
I was joking that Caradwin makes about half what she expects before the government takes it all for not setting up an official
For tax
line
evasion.
of, yeah. And then she gets angry, tells them off, fireballs get thrown, she ends up in jail. She breaks out of jail, ends up back at the fort. The cycle continues.
So, Caradwin, give me a. What kind of check would this be? As you're trying to, well, you would get permission. I mean, obviously you would do your studying, and Professor and Beers would check in on you every so often, and you would kind of tell him of this plan a bit, and he would give you permission to do so. Only if the students have to approach you to do it, and only on school grounds.
Yeah, I can also sell some to the school if he's okay with that. I mean, it's a quick hand to get some spell scrolls out to anybody that needs them.
There wouldn't be a need for that, because there are other scribes that have. You're not the only one with this ability within the staff.
But I'm the best one.
But yeah, and you will have to sell them in the library, essentially. So You could pull. So you pull out. So you set up some posters, or you spread word of mouth, and you're able. I would say you were able to get your 5,500.
I'm rich again. I love it. It feels good.
Stig, what are you doing for 3 months?
Who are you talking to?
Stig.
Well, I think Stig would basically he'd be assisting with the townsfolk during the winter if they need anything. He'd also be willing to go with Caradwin to the capital, and if he was there, he might meet up and do some jobs as part of the Hunter Slayers Society.
Okay. You so with winter getting colder and colder, you definitely help out. You grab Hugh and begin to help the town build a surplus of firewood to make sure their hearts are good for the winter. And then you
Stig's also proficient with carpenter's tools, so if they need anything fixed, he's there.
Okay, yeah, you definitely help around the town, and then you go down to the capital and do some odd jobs with the hunter slayers, hunting local monsters and whatnot, and protecting farmland and or not so much farmland,
The countryside,
the
outskirt villages.
it's the animals, the beef and whatnot that are preying upon, like a griffin preying upon the cattle and whatnot. So you're doing that. Gallonford.
Before
Oh, yeah.
before you finish, Stig would actually like to read his letter.
Okay. You pull out find a corner in the guild, enjoying a nice ham sandwich, roasted, and you pull out.
They say it's ham, but then again, they always say it's ham.
You pull out your father's letter, and after staring at a while, you open it up, and you begin to read it. It is not a letter necessarily to you, but to the guild from your father. It gives instructions to the guild to leave you in the deep forest of Herman, for the hidden power that hides inside you. He's afraid that it might unleash preemptively before he is ready to contain it. He has all the necessary components except for one. He is looking to acquire amber. So, and he has found a source of it, but doesn't say where. And he will come to collect Stig once he is ready.
Well, I guess that's what Stig's been thinking about these last few months.
That the beast within him, it will be too great to handle if he is unable to control it. Gallonford, what are you doing?
Gallonford's early day routines for probably the first month. He's gonna try and get the recruits trained. but he's gonna spend some time trying to learn more about the sword and the spirits of the wind. And I'd say half of the time during all of this, he'd probably travel either to the capital or into the village to try and earn some money doing some songs, since I keep forgetting I can do that.
Okay. You would probably join Caradwin and Stig and begin your tour, singing about the Feywild and the many adventures the Meddlers have had. Aurora. What, after you give your report, what would you like to do for 3 months?
Yeah, so after I report to the Silver Ring, and take care of my paladin-y duties, I would spend some time getting to know all the townsfolk, visiting them, having dinner with each of them, and I would spend some time in the forest, riding around on my stag, Malorn, getting familiar with the area, and kind of being happy that I'm out of my mountain monastery of life of seclusion. Since I spent a lot of time as a hermit. That's my background. A hermit, I think, is my background. Yeah. So I'm enjoying being in the company of others. During this time, I would like to focus on, other than just getting to know Stig much better. I also want to get to know Caslin a little bit better, because I initially had some mistrust of Caslin's, I'll put it in air quotes, curse, voluntary curse, as it were. But just so that I can build up my level of trust and companionship with Caslin, and believe that, that he's not going to kill us all in our sleep, kind of thing. Or drink the blood of innocence, that kind of stuff. I'm just getting to know him a little bit better over this next couple months.
Okay. Caslin, would you like to respond to that?
I just silently glare.
So you're walking around, Caslin and Aurora's following you around, just being a chatty Cathy. So where are you from? How are you doing? And all of that.
Yeah. Tell me your life story.
It would take more years than you have left for me to explain.
Well, being an Azamar does afford me the luxury of time. I may look like a human for the most part. I look a little bit more celestial than a regular human, slightly angelic even. But I do have a longer lifespan than most humans. But that said, perhaps I'll just accompany you on some hunts. Just see if I can see the world through your eyes a little bit. Get to know you a little better.
If you follow me, you must step like a shadow, be unseen.
Okay. I will leave my armor at the fort, and travel with Caslin unarmored, so that I don't make a lot of noise, as well as I can move a little bit more quickly, and try to be a little bit more stealthy than I would be with my armor on. And I will take lessons from Caslin on how to move a little bit quieter.
So Caslin, Aurora's willing. Even though you're kind of cold in demeanor, you have accepted this group as your own, and you're like, okay, maybe we could work something out. She's like the polar opposite of you a bit, but you're like, she's willing to learn. So do you teach her on the ways of this stealth a bit?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so Aurora, for these 3 months, Caslin is taking you into the woods alone in the dark, to kind
Yes.
of to help track and stay stealthy and hunt and whatnot. I will, since you're being trained by a professional, I will allow you to gain the proficiency bonus in stealth.
Fantastic. That by the way, Caslin, will not make me super good at stealth since I have a 10 dexterity. But it does help a little bit.
So on your skills you can check off the stealth because Caslin has
Thank
taught
you.
you to be stealthy.
I will check it now, which yeah, why is it giving me a +4 to stealth?
What's your
Oh, because that's my proficiency bonus.
Yeah.
Duh. Yeah, that makes sense. I get 0 for my dex, but I get +4, so I have a base 14 stealth. That's pretty cool. Thank you, Caslin.
So that's what you.
I am nowhere near as silent as you, but at least I'm not breaking every single branch I step on anymore.
So that's what you two are doing for the better amount of 3 months. Sonia, what are you doing?
Well, I mean, I have this kind of a church here at the fort. I guess I could probably, if anybody needs my services around town for like, if I need somebody to officiate or like funeral rites, I'm kind of here. Or if you just want to pray, I'm. And also, she'd be messaging her family to see how they're doing because she hasn't talked to them in quite a while, actually, to see if how things are going back at home.
Okay. Did you guys build a church?
That was one of the options that we said, was to build a church for Sonia.
Yeah, that's something we still need to decide on what we want to upgrade to, which we can do a lot of. I was trying to handle it all in chat, but I don't know if we want to handle that over voice or not. But if we can expand the outdoors and get a stables and a chapel, both of which we need.
I'm looking at the upgrades, and I forgot Bubba Joe is here with his snake oils.
Well, he didn't. You guys didn't give him permission to set up shop. He was waiting the word for permission, but since you guys went away, he set up shop in town.
Next to that one stupid goblin, I still don't know
Oh,
his
the goblin's doesn't take up his space, but he's definitely at the fort. He's there out of spite for you, Stig.
I don't know why.
If the church isn't or the chapel isn't built, then she'd just probably go to town and do that. Then maybe they have a little chapel over there that she could borrow in the meanwhile.
Yeah, they can definitely set something up for you. You are an anomaly, so a lot of children come to you and look at you and gaze in wonder of the giant lady that's come to town. They're very cheerful. The children are very cheerful, and you kind of tell them where you're from and whatnot, and what your religion is, basically. But you definitely can contact at home. They are doing well. They are in. You could tell in awe that you went to the Feywild after you departed from. So they are glad that you're back in the Mediterranean Plain. They have no idea where Vermoda is. But they wish you. They do miss you. Wish you would come home soon.
That'll be something I'll attempt to do when the time is right. But for now, the people need me, and I'm still in the search for the monster.
And speaking of which, Sonia, you even after these 3 months, you've been having nightmares frequently, more about the city and whatnot, and the well, and you've been getting flashes of images. Basically, this soccer ball sized D20 essentially.
Oh, okay.
You don't know what it is, but it's been in your dreams.
I would probably discuss this with Aurora whenever she's back because this is really like kind of making it hard for her to really have a good night's sleep. And it's to the point where she's like, I might as well just drink to sleep if that's going to put me to sleep.
Or do you have a response for that?
Sorry, I'm doing a
you're
response to Caslin at the moment. Question or the scene,
would-
so I can.
Sure. Sonia would go to Aurora after having nightmares for countless, like, over the course of the months. It's just like she can't get good enough sleep, and talking about the thing that she keeps seeing in her vision, like her dreams, like the soccer ball, dodecahedron kind of thing, and she,
Right.
saying at this point, it's almost driving me to drink myself to sleep. So it's really affecting her right now.
Okay. No, that so I stopped having this nightmare that we shared initially, and Sonia's kept having it.
Yeah, Sonia has been the primary recipient of this dream. You give me a religion check, Aurora.
Okay. Hey, I'm trained in that. Hey, right on.
So the first night with Sonia, the first vision, and it seems like Sonia is the primary recipient of these visions, but you believe that Zool is almost tasking you to help with Sonia in this endeavor. And the way Sonia has been describing these dreams, and your most recent news of Herman, and from your studies of it, it seems like the two are connected.
I'm sorry. It seems like a what? I couldn't hear
It
the
seems
last
like
thing you said.
Herman and Sonia's dreams are connected.
Okay.
And Zool has basically is tasking you, or giving you visions that a great darkness, and he perhaps wishes you to help relieve Sonia of these visions.
So as Sonia and I go over these dreams in more detail, and I come to this conclusion, I will say, it appears that your God is giving you a task, much like mine, except your God is being more direct and forceful with their messaging than mine is. I would consider it a test of your faith. But you do not have to face this trial alone. Let's bring it up at the next, whatever you're comfortable with sharing with the group, at our next dinner, and see how the group feels about perhaps tackling, helping you get rid of these dreams by doing what they suggest.
Yeah, I at this point she's desperate. She's like, I just want to be able to sleep properly, and if going to Herman is the only way to get this to happen, then I guess we're going to Herman. When we have the chance to.
Indeed. In the meantime, I did meet a townsperson who brews a very strong beer. Perhaps I can get a cask from them, and we can get you some sleep.
That sounds amazing.
Sig, Aurora, the person you met was He most likely Bubba Joe.
That's fair.
And Bubba Joe, in this world, I don't know if you were there, but he's a snake oil salesman, so he has all the remedies you need. So about 3 months have passed. You guys, the entire group, eventually reconnects back at the fort, kind of waiting again on Caradron. You know from Professor Bierce that he's been studying. He's been hard at work to decipher where the next page is. But he's getting close, and he's getting super excited because his dream is coming through fruition. As you know, that he is a connoisseur of the arts, especially plays. And with this coming, with these pages in his hand, he's like a kid in a candy store. But yeah, so he's getting close for another. He tells you that he believes he is close to another location. But you all go back to Fort Axness, and you guys discuss your adventures, what you guys have been up to. Kazlan, you will most likely be back up in your tower, overlooking the cold winter night or winter evening. It's very gray out. The fort has banners, the Meddlers of Mischief banners. You guys had commissioned. It's the banner on the page, that on the game page, I should say. Kazlan, the wind is blowing hard, and you see the banner blowing, and then the banner just stops dead, like the wind has suddenly stopped blowing. And then it immediately blows in the other direction. And you get a ringing in your head, Kazlan. A sharp ringing, like almost a kinship. Something of your kind is drawing near and is large and powerful.
Yeah, I heard large and powerful. That's all I heard.
Oh, did I cut out?
You cut out a little bit.
Okay, so Kazlan, you get a ringing in your head, like a kinship is something of your very similar of what you are is approaching your direction fast. Something large and powerful. As you saw the flag blowing south. Initially, the wind was coming from the north, and now the wind is blowing. Now the wind is coming from the south, and as you're holding your head in this dark ring, you look over and you see a dark cloud approaching your direction.
I hide.
Okay. The rest of you hear a large, the howling wind blow through, like the shutters on the keep just burst open, and a gush of winds just howling through.
Mason's gonna start closing windows and stuff.
Is it I don't know, a major storm?
Gallenford, did you check for white dragons?
I'll do that now. I'll check ping.
You don't detect any white dragons within 30 miles of your location. However, as you guys are closing windows, you see a dark cloud moving towards the fort, almost at a high speed, and you see something moving within it.
Ismith was a dragon, right? You think she's coming back?
I don't know if she turned into a cloud. Everybody, if you're not armed, get armed.
Knows what this is.
Is this something that Stig might have seen before?
No.
I got nothing.
When he looks to the around, Zuckeltorm, is that you?
Is this happening at night? Like, would we not be in our armor?
You would be in your armor. This is you. It's like it's dark and gray out. It's evening but not night.
Okay.
Is it like daytime and then it just like that turned to night?
Just about, yeah. It's I would say it's about dusk. So everything was gray out. You know, as it was an overcast day. There was some snow. But the wind was blowing from the north, and now it's blowing from the south. And as you guys prepare to see what this thing is, it flies over the biggest black dragon you have ever seen in your life. It's about 3 times larger or more than the white dragon you have faced.
I don't want to say I told you guys so, but
Well,
You know.
Ismith did say she was going to take the dragon's power. Maybe she took its body too, and she did say she was going to bring us the body parts. I'm just trying to stay positive, guys.
Or she's luring it away.
It is flapping and is flying over the fort.
I don't think it went to the tower.
We didn't build a tower in our fort yet, did we?
Did Ismith tell us where that tower was?
She didn't know where it was. That's why she needed the lantern.
It's probably right. It's probably like right here.
It's the dungeon under our keep.
Which we didn't explore in the last 3 months, by the way.
No.
Just FYI.
You guys didn't want to explore it. Character went to school though.
Well, people went off and did other things too. Yeah, I was giving everybody a chance for downtime, you know?
Yeah. We'll get to
We
it.
needed to recover.
It's not going anywhere.
Caradwin went to the Imperial City to do her finals, and then she found a lucrative black market for spell scrolls.
I need money so bad.
But it continues flying over the fort. It's flapping its wings, and you guys can see that. The way I describe black dragons in my world, they're the Jurassic Park Deinonychus that spits venom, or it spits the acid from. So that has the 2 crests of the frill neck. But it's like dropping like undead scales or whatnot. It's like almost like a miasma as it flies over. It is a terrifying. Is an awesome yet terrifying sight to behold as this creature is flying over the fort and flying out into sea.
Oh, it's flying out to sea?
Yeah, it's not stopping. It's continuing.
Oh, good.
And we don't have any way to contact Ismith, do we?
I can do a sending spell. I'll cast a sending, and I'll send it to Ismith, and in 25 words, I'll try to say, Black Dragon.
Maybe you should try and not be your usual sendings that you've been sending her throughout these months. Maybe a little diplomacy.
Yeah, good luck.
I'll try my best. Black Dragon flew over fort, headed into... Sorry, Black Dragon flew over fort, headed into is one word. Ocean. Did you go to sea? Did you find the tower. Have 7 more words. Do you need help? And I will end it with that. So the black dragon flew over. It's headed to the ocean. Did she find the tower? Does she need help?
You get a response. Good. It's all coming to plan. And that's it.
Wow. Not a thank you for the heads up.
What did she say?
Basically nothing.
Well,
So
she said,
did she die?
It's all going according to plan.
"Oh, her plan was to lead it somewhere specific, so that she could destroy it, right? So perhaps that's where it's going. That's somewhere specific."
Well, we can
Gallanter,
hope. She did not specify.
Don't you have a flying mount?
Are you asking me to go follow that thing?
You know, at a distance, maybe.
I
So you
have
can see.
invisibility and stuff, but I'm pretty sure dragons can see through that.
Well, like I said, at a distance. Like, you know, if it flies to an island and you're a long ways back, maybe we just know what island it went to. I don't know.
You
Maybe
know,
it's a
I
bad
read
idea.
this book about a legendary sword of omens that gives you sight beyond sight. Now, if only we had that.
Yeah, you know, Caslin taught me some stealth in the woods. Maybe you could just fly stealthy.
I know she said she was gonna lead it off somewhere. But if it flew over us, then it probably flew over the entire empire, and that does not sit well with me.
Aurora, you actually gave me an idea. I
That's
am
what I'm
actually
here for,
going
my
to
friend.
call forth Excalibur. And then when I sit on Excalibur, I'm going to just look at everyone and be like, we won't actually go anywhere. It'll look like we're still here, but it'll look like we fly away. And I'm going to cast Mislead while I'm on Excalibur. We'll basically be invisible, but illusory versions of us that we can look through will still be active, since anything I cast on myself while I'm on Excalibur works on Excalibur as well.
Ooh, that's clever.
Can I ask why we're worried about this? It sounds like everything's going to her plan.
I just want to see where it's going.
I thought
That's all.
the plan was to take the battle far from here. This is too close.
Nice.
It is being taken far from here. That way.
Did you?
I'll just
DM?
follow at a far distance just to see if I can spot where this tower is.
So you're gonna go off chasing the dragon.
Please
It's an
don't lead it back
illusory
here.
version of myself.
Right, that he can see through.
Can you post the spell?
You know, based on the size of this dragon, it's probably an ancient dragon. I really don't think we want to be messing with it.
You were told this is an ancient dragon on the path to becoming a great worm.
That's true. This thing probably would have terrified us just seeing it, right?
Not if you're within 10 feet of me.
Did you say that that stuff was dropping from it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did any of that drop nearby?
It covered the keep with like dead skin cells and whatnot.
Oh, we should start checking that. Making sure it doesn't come alive.
Guess that is more important and worrisome. Okay.
God dang
yeah.
it, we just cleaned the frickin' war room. Now I gotta pull out my sage and start consecrating this place again.
Can we
All of
hire
our
a maid?
upgrades just got covered.
Can
Yeah,
we
they
hire a
did.
maid service?
I'm sure
How
some
re-
people in the village will help us clean.
Well, they got their own problem because they flew over the village.
That's
And
true.
how are we supposed to tell the dead skin from the snow?
Well, it should be obvious. This was a black dragon, not a white dragon. It's basically black and white.
I don't follow.
You all.
Fun fact: zebras are in fact black with white stripes.
That is true. But so you guys watch the dragon fly off into the distance. Kazlan, you no longer feel the ringing in your head as it gets further and further away.
Stig kind of just leans over to Sonya and is like, just to be sure, that's not what you're after, right?
I don't know what it looks like, but I don't think it was a dragon.
Okay, good. And he just leans back.
I'm beginning to think that Herman might be a better place to go than wherever that dragon thing went.
Don't be
Well, it did
so
just come
hasty.
from Herman.
Yeah, don't be so hasty, Aurora. Herman's nothing to scoff at.
Caradwin, can you believe we actually thought about blowing that whistle, that flute, whatever it is,
The,
before we knew how big that thing
the
was?
flute of dragon summoning.
Oh, yeah, we were going to unleash him on the hag. I remember. Good times. Glad we did not do that.
Especially now knowing that it's a partner to the hag.
Speaking
We
of
really
highly
should go back then.
Speaking of highly dangerous magical artifacts, you once told us that you had something highly dangerous that you were supposed to tell us about.
I keep forgetting to do that, don't I?
Yes, throughout these months, we have had this conversation multiple times, I'm sure.
Probably in this exact way where I say, man, I should really tell you guys about that, shouldn't I? And then I walk away and do something else. And I'm going to start cleaning up the fort.
And Stig goes, yeah, that does feel familiar. And he will just go and help.
Yeah, you just kind of wander off and there she goes.
If you want truth out of her, I could probably get it out of her.
I think that she'll tell us when she's ready. Or she'll
If the
surprise
dragon
us.
comes back, you'll know what it is.
Yeah, we'll know when it happens.
Yeah, when Aurora says that, Stig just gives her a look like, I'm not so sure.
So you guys begin to kind of clean up the dead scales. Mason, you're trying to like, can I use this? And it crumbles in your hand. Nope. And it feels dirty as well. But you guys begin to clean up. But it is nighttime about once you get a lot of work done. But you take a bath to get all the undead skin off of you. You all get some rest. Kazlan, it's a little uneasy for you just because of how close you've felt that dragon, a powerful vampire, being. So you all go to sleep.
Does Sonya have some sleep remedies for tonight?
Yeah, I'm gonna drink that. If I die, I mean, I won't die, but it's gonna be you're gonna have a hard time waking me up. So be really loud if you need
either
me.
way, she's not waking up for a while.
Yeah.
You all get some plenty rest. Sonia, you awaken in your stir, and you are standing there in a familiar city. Not the same location as you were last time, but you are in the city. You look around, and you see your companions with you. You see Caradwin, Stig, Galliford, Aurora, and Coslin. And Mason. All standing there. They're asleep as well, but you wake up and you realize that you are now back in the city. You pinch yourself. This isn't a dream.
Have I been to the city before?
Many times in your visions.
Huh.
Aurora, you're next to kind of wake up. You're fully armored, ready to go, in your adventuring gear. Same with everybody else. And you see Sonia awake, and you get the dread realization that you are back in the city. That you and Sonia first encountered that fateful night. Don't know where in the city, but you're back.
Did we encounter each other in a city? I thought we were on the road and there was a broken cart.
You woke up in the city. In a city with a broken cart and a well.
Okay.
And you could tell from the structures that you are back in the same city. Don't know where exactly in the city, but you're back in it.
We should probably investigate any of the buildings. But
Yeah.
I don't think I should go alone.
Let's not venture off alone. If I see Sonia here, I will say, well, let's see if we can't figure out where we are.
You're with the rest of your party. Everybody else is asleep. But you and Sonia woke up first.
We should wake them up.
Oh, but they're all here in the city with us?
Yes.
They're just sleeping?
They're all with you. They're all standing up, asleep. Yeah.
Essentially, we're all asleep in the square, and then you two woke up, and the rest of us are just laying there.
Oh! Well, then I'll go wake up Stig first.
I poke Gallenford. Gallenford. Gallenford.
What?
What?
Why
It's
am
too
I
early.
standing? What is going on?
This is the place. My dreams.
We're in Sonia's nightmare.
That seems. Gallenford pauses and goes to pinch Stig to see if he feels it.
Well, I tried to wake Stig up already. I'm assuming. I don't know. Chris hasn't said whether they wake up or not.
Well, Galliford wake up, and Stig was like telling you that 5 more minutes.
Okay. Well, then if they're waking up, I will ask Stig and Gallenford first while I go get Mason and Caradwin if they recognize where we are at all. Does any of this look familiar to you?
No, I mean it should. We're at the. Does this look familiar to us?
Stig.
Yeah, Gallenford will look around to see if he recognizes anything.
Unfamiliar to you, Galliford, but Stig, you recognize the atmosphere. You immediately recognize that you're back in Herman, but you have never been in. But you only know of one city in it, but you yourself have never stepped foot into the city because you know how dangerous it is. It's like 10 times. From your experience and what your knowledge was from the expedition, it's like much more dangerous in the city than it was out in the wild.
Yeah, we only tried entering the city like in the first 6 months, and we never got close since.
Yeah, you personally have never been able to get into the city.
But Stig will just look around, and then his face just goes pale. And he's just like, "Oh, you gotta be kidding me!"
What's kind of around? Is it just like a market square? Is there a church? Basically I'm looking for either some sort of police station, chapel, shelter of some sort. Some sort of official building.
Oh, look at that. There's a map.
You're in this square essentially. You see some buildings around. Do you guys wake up Coslin?
I want to go wake him up by poking him.
But yeah, you see this square. You can get Gallanford. I mean, not sorry, Mason. You can give me a perception check. All the buildings are decrepit and decayed, almost, or just about, and you can't tell what's official and what's not. But it is sinking in, Stig, that it is getting close to nighttime. And as bad as it was in the forest, you can only imagine how dangerous it's going to be in the city.
So Stig will say, he will immediately turn around and he goes, we need it quick. We need to find a secure location fast.
And with that, you guys... Oh, sorry, go ahead, Sonia.
I was gonna say, does my drift globe show up? Because if I don't, I'm gonna start panicking.
You have your drift globe.
Okay.
And Stig, you
Okay,
see Sonia light up her globe in this dark city.
Which building looks the most secure? We should make for that one.
Stig, you lead the party into the city, into one of the buildings, and to prepare for the incoming night.
Stig will just locate a building, like shove everyone in, close the door, try and barricade the door, shut the curtains.
Before we move too far from our landing spot, I guess, can Mason look around and see if there's any evidence of how we were transported here?
You can give me an investigation check real quick.
Can I give him the help action with that?
Sure.
Looking for runic inscriptions on the floor before they fade away? Good call.
Mason, you're looking around. You can't find any evidence of how you were transported here. You see no arcane ruins or whatnot. You just woke up here without a rhyme or reason.
Freaking hags. I'm sure it's the hags.
You know what, Mason? I was just gonna fucking say that. I was just gonna say you probably brought us here with your goddamn hag magic.
Stig will grab Aurora and Mason. He goes, "No time! Inside!"
You mean this isn't a dream?
Apparently not. Or if we're all dreaming it together now.
Stig will just go, "Doesn't matter."
So, Stig, as you get the rest of your party to barricade in one of the houses for the night, you all begin to hear the moaning and the entities awaking outside. And that's where we're going to end the session.